Hello, Alex Jordan here with your Canfield Weekly Update. We would like to mention a couple items that are on the agenda here in the district over the last week. First off, we would like to mention and talk about March 14th. Nationwide, there's a movement to having conversation to involve students and actually walking out of buildings. With all of the conversation of security today, that would be detrimental to the process. That would not be appropriate. That actually goes against board policy and student code of conduct. We do not condone any youngster leaving the school building, leaving the school grounds without permission, not only from district personnel, but first and foremost from parents. So we are going to be having a letter that is now currently on our website mentioning the March 14th date and what we as a school system value when it comes to student participation. We're having some good conversation not only internally but with student body. This is a positive role. This is the education part of the educational process, and we're actually going to have some recommendations for our students that could actually benefit them and being a part of the republic, our nation. We are a democracy, but we are a republic actually, and there's a parliamentary procedure in place. We need to make sure that we are all on board with this and actually make some recommendations to them that can actually be more beneficial in the long run. We would never want to identify a specific time and date where youngsters are walking out of the building en masse. We just had a safety meeting with not only our Canfield Police Department, Fire Department, but also board representation along with central office personnel. And we asked each of those members of the committee, and none of them, especially the safety forces, are on board with having a controlled and documented student walkout. Again, detrimental to not only our procedures, but also safety plan. So that message will be sent not only via our website, but also an all call to our high school and middle school students. We want to remind folks about a chain of command and inciting panic. We would like to highlight that we know there's dialogue going on, and dialogue is refreshing. Again, that's human nature. Parents should speak with one another. It's very important to have dialogue with one another and bring folks together. But we want to mention to you folks that it's not beneficial to the district to incite panic, not only in your own homes, but with one another. I'll give you an example. We all know that it happens periodically, not often here in Canfield, but there might be a fight in the school. And in our code of conduct, those youngsters that surround the fight and incite the fight and trying to promote what's going on in the fight and actually communicating with others in the building during, prior to, and after the fight, they are as much at fault as those that are fighting. So we want to mention, folks, that you aren't doing us any favors by inciting panic throughout the community. Please, don't get involved in that. And if you have a concern or question, feel free to call the office, call your principal, call the superintendent. We'll answer your calls. So please, again, understand the chain of command. We want to highlight a CVMS activity this Friday, 6 o'clock, basketball game with students versus staff. It's an annual tradition. It has become one, and it is a fun one. So if you have some time this Friday, come on out, support not only your student body at CVMS, but the staff. Gym show, this just happened this past week with C.H. Campbell. And that, again, is a long-standing tradition that we love to be a part of. CHS Wrestlers are down in Columbus representing our school system and community, as always. And they have 7 youngsters that qualified to participate in the activity, the most of all time. So this is another growth in the program, and want to recognize those youngsters. Way to go, guys. Bring home some medals. Also want to talk about an activity that's going on at Hilltop, Lasso Larry. I'm not even going to try to explain what that is. If you have a youngster at Hilltop, please ask them what that activity was all about. Never forget, it's a great time to be a Cardinal.